Hi Aries, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for August 2014. This month, I decided to do a card layout for you called the Star. And in the first position, which is the present position of your layout, you have Page of Rods. And the Page of Rods symbolizes to me, this could be one of your children. They would be connected to a fire sign. They could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or this could be a spirit guide giving you a message. And what I hear that comes up for you first is that you need to be more decisive in what you're planning on doing. Take proposed plans and put them in order. You need to be more decisive, they're saying, more decisive and direct in what you're planning and proposing to do, and more orderly and organized is what comes up. And to become more disciplined and decisive. You need to be careful that you don't feel like you have your money slipping through your fingers too quickly, because I feel like you may start to have a feeling of your resources being a little depleted. I hear Aries are very sensitive souls, and they carry the weight of the world around on their shoulders. Although many of you Aries are really good at not showing that side of yourself, but that is what comes up here. They're saying to be free and more spontaneous, to return back more to nature and a more casual pace of life. I'm hearing, Aries, that you need to be more conscious of the decisions that you're making. And I hear that you feel in some ways you've been going against the grain and kind of roughed up a little bit here. And I also hear that your guides want you to still and calm your mind and to trust your intuition and be more in tune to your intuition here. So that's what comes up for you right in the present position. The next card you have in your reading today, Aries, is in the position of emotions and feelings. And you have the Devil card showed up. And the Devil card to me symbolizes being bound to something unhealthy. This could be an addiction to an unhealthy relationship. This could be an addiction to gambling, alcohol, drugs, sex, spending money. But it's bondage to something that's not healthy. This comes up in your emotions and feelings position. I'm hearing it's time to figure out a new plan of action. There's some things that have been going on, Aries, I feel that really haven't been working for you. You need to progress instead of recess. This can take a toll on your mental stability and health if you feel like you've been driving yourself hard forward and then everything just feels like you're going backwards. It's creating disharmony in you. The month of August really comes up for you as a time of settling down and taking time to assess your current situation. You're going to go through a review and planning process of how you can better improve your life and also to help others. I do hear for many of you Aries, this is funny, it's not the first sign that this has come up for, not in the same manner, but I do hear you need some communing with nature. You need more time outside communing with nature. And also through physical exercise, bike riding, walking. I'm hearing your energy levels need to get raised and your vitality needs a boost. They're talking about that you need to implement things that you know are right for you. And this really seems to be a lot involving your physical well-being and health, as far as, again, like diet, exercise, communing with nature, your energy levels, because I feel like your stresses and your stress levels have been incredibly high with you. And for some of you, you're going to be educating others and helping children or people in some special needs programs comes up. I know that's rather specific, but and this is a general reading, so hopefully this is going to make sense to some of you Aries out there, because it is what I'm hearing. And for some of you, if this didn't happen last month, because I'm not sure if this didn't come up for you last month, but some of you will be leaving a job that really hasn't been working for you this month. If that didn't happen last month, I feel like that could happen for you this month. But don't dismay, Aries, because I feel like even if you're not happy about leaving this position, I do get the next thing that you do, work-wise and career-wise, you're going to be making more money than you did before at the job that you're going to be closing the door on and leaving. If you've been biding your time about that, it's time to take action now. That's one of the things that comes up. In the next position in your card layout of the star reading for August 2014, Aries is in the position of thoughts and intellect. And in that position, you have Two of Wands. And Two of Wands symbolizes to me a business partnership, also symbolizes balance. It can also symbolize a new business like starting up a new business, but it's really more about partnership, business partnership, and balance. Um, so this is coming up in the intellect and thoughts position of this spread. I do hear that it comes up again about you taking classes, and I hear many of you Aries are going to be investing. You're going to be investing your money in different ways. And I do get that you're going to be offered a new job, or a new career path is getting ready to open up for you. They're talking about like you're like the blossom that's ready to bloom. You're getting ready to bloom. If you've been feeling like you've been having a hard time getting things off the ground, this is now the time where it's going to start to happen. And I get that if in this month fear and anxiety or stress comes up and comes over you, try your best to put it aside, because again, it comes up that you're going to make more money than you did before. And you're going to have a big sense of relief, especially coming up in the next, like over the course of the next 3 months, you're going to start to get a sense of relief. By November, I feel your world is different. And also, making new friends comes up for you too. You're going to be meeting some new people and making new friends. This could be because of the new career path or new business or job opportunity that comes up for you, Aries. Because you're having a little bit of trouble letting go of the past. You have some issues and things that seem to be nagging at you. And this, for some of you, it's a feeling of betrayal, where you felt like you've been betrayed and taken advantage of and hurt, and you're having a little trouble letting go of that. This has also caused you some friction in other relationships that you're in. You want to be sure to place all your energies in the right place. Lots of people make mistakes, and for some of you, Aries, you're going to have to forgive and forget. And I do not say that lightly. I know that is an extremely difficult thing to do, so do not take that as I'm passing that off with ease. And I do get, for many of you Aries, you've actually come to some kind of completion of a cycle. And this can cause friction for you because endings can be stress. And I feel that you do have some stresses happening here. those mistakes those people made, and maybe you have made them too in these circumstances with them, they're behind you now. You don't need to repeat them, and it's not wise for you to keep ruminating over them. That's the message I'm getting for you in regard to that. In the next position in this card spread is the heart of the matter, or the heart of the situation, and you have, this could possibly be you. This is Queen of Rods, and Queen of Rods is associated with fire signs. She would either be an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. This could also be her rising sign. This is someone that is very fair-minded. She can be very good in business. She has a good heart. She's generous and loving and fair. She's got balance. She's guarded and protected by a lot of divinity and spiritual help around her as well. I get from many of you that you're going to start over from scratch, where you're actually going to be building some new kind of business from the ground up. For many of you, this is going to involve communications and communications at a distance. For some of you Aries, you're going to be operating some kind of a store, could be from your own home, or selling your goods and trading on websites like Etsy or eBay, things like that. Like, I'm getting also the buying and selling, the trade of goods, and opening like an online store. That also comes up for many of you Aries. And also, too, I am getting for some Aries out there, if you have a love of plants, gardening, maybe some of you are going to be involved in landscape or landscaping design, planting, horticultural jobs or working with a florist or a large greenhouse facility. That also comes up because I am seeing plants in this picture too. I do get from many of you Aries that you've been like biding your time and waiting, and I get that seems to be over now, where things are really going to start to happen. You're going to move forward with plans and in a direction. I feel for many of you, you're going to be cutting the cords that may bind you and tie you to the past. I get many of you cutting these cords. And I hear from many of you, you do really have a heart of gold and you're generous to a fault. This can lead you to disappointment when you see others not treat you in kind or treat others in that manner. I get that's a real sore spot for you. And I get for some of you Libras, you are going to be entering some new social scenes, which are the gateway to get you out of any of the ruts that some of you may have found yourself in. I feel that a lot of you Aries are going to be pursuing your goals and dreams more than you maybe have for a while. Any latent talents or interests that you've had that you've pushed to the back burner. And this doesn't even necessarily mean money-making interests, like, playing a musical instrument, learning to play a musical instrument, or taking lessons in painting or classes in, sculpting or ceramics or pottery, anything like that. I get, woodworking, anything creative, in all kinds of creative ventures, talents that you have that you've just shoved aside or put to the back burner. I do get that you are going to start to pursue some of these interests. And this is going to help a lot of things move forward in your life, which may sound funny because how are things connected with that? I don't really understand, but I do get that that is something. Pursuing these desires help you in a therapeutic sense in other areas of your life involving career, relationships, family matters. It's a lot of this. I hear a lot of this will be solved and enhanced through you pursuing these cultural pursuits and talents that you've pushed aside. The next card that you have in this card layout is an excellent card, Aries. I'm so happy that you have some good cards here. You have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups shows up in the position of what's yet to unfold. And this to me symbolizes the Holy Grail. This is like divine blessings of all good things coming to you. Your desires being granted. In Cups symbolize emotions. So this is a card like of all good things and divine blessings coming to you. I'm hearing, Aries, that for in the love department, some of you are really feeling let down, like you've had a bit of a disappointment, or you just feel like you don't really have much going on in that area at this time. You may have a feeling of feeling abandoned, a little bit forgotten. And I do hear for many of you, you really need to amp up your social scene. And I do get, have out with the old and in with the new, be willing to let bygones be bygones. And I'm hearing the guides say you need to get out of some of the ruts maybe that you found yourself in your thinking. And for some of you, you're harboring judgments against others because you feel or know that they've harbored some judgments against you. And that this just doesn't go anywhere. It's a lot of bitter disappointment and going back and forth and round and round. It's like a dog chasing its tail. It doesn't really come to a conclusion. And that you're never really clear where you stand with these people. And that these people make you feel uncomfortable. I feel for many of you, Aries, you're going to know who I'm talking about, because it's very specific. It's not random people. This is someone specific to you. And this is a general reading, so hopefully it's going to make sense to some of you Aries out there with this message. I get that your spirit guides really want to show you the guiding light and show you the way. Even though the Hermit card didn't show up here, which does symbolize that, I am hearing that is what is coming up the strongest for you. They want to guide you out of this mire or muck that you might feel like you're in and show you the way out. To steer you clear of all these naysayers and annoyances and disruptive personalities. And I'm hearing, Aries, to be patient. I feel that the month of May, your ship really comes in, where a lot of your desires get fulfilled. Not to say that there isn't anything between now and then, but that is the marked time that they're showing me. You feel really like you're going places then, and things are really moving along. And for those of you Aries that have felt strapped for cash, I feel that flow of money starts to come into your life. That improves the strongest for you around December, latter part of November and in December, really circles around at that time. The next card you have in this layout today is in the position of known desires, Aries, and in the known desires position, you have the Emperor. And the Emperor to me symbolizes a patriarchal figure of someone that has passed away. That would be a great-grandfather, a grandfather, or a father figure that is guarding and protecting you and watching over you to give you like self-assurance and indications and signs of which way to go, like pointing you into some directions as well. I'm hearing for many of you Aries, you've been having a sense of trepidation and a fear of moving forward and feeling like you felt stuck. This is definitely a time of birth of a new idea or plans. I feel for many of you Aries that have been disappointed in love, I feel that you are inclined to stay away from new relationships right now because you've been disappointed. Um, and you don't want the same mistakes to be repeated or the same relationship patterns to be repeated. So I feel that for many of you, you're kind of staying away from that right now. And okay, don't shoot the messenger, Aries. I get that next fall. I don't feel that they mean this fall coming up. I feel they mean next year fall. That that's the real time of love and romance for you to feel love and rejuvenated in that area of your life. This fall of 2014 is more about getting plans situated and working out other things logistically in your life, not so much about romantic factors. And if you've had a lot of time on your hands where you felt like you've been brooding over emotions or disappointments in the romantic area of your life, they're saying, you worked it out. You have a good head on your shoulders. I really feel the key, though, the key turning point in your life is the month of May, where it looks like you are enveloped in a whole new energy within you is different, a whole new romantic life. Like that, it could start as early as May. I do feel that fall of 2015 is the real highlight for that, but your whole life seems new to be in May. This is all about you're in the stages of working things out, planning, starting to take action, cutting cords from the past, looking back at the things that didn't work well for you, cutting people out of your life that you need to cut those cords and be done with, but, doing it with, forgive and forget, let bygones be bygones, not carrying resentment forward, letting go of brooding and feeling very at cross purposes within inside yourself. Making a commitment to yourself comes up very strongly here, Aries. Like making a commitment to your health and your well-being and a new outlook and a fresh perspective and closing doors that haven't worked. I do really feel that you're going to take off in a new direction, but the guides do say the warning here is patience. This takes time. It's not like a light switch where, you're going to, some of it is. Some of it you can switch off like a light switch and take the bull by the horns right away and get going on it. But the results of the switches and changes you're making take time to manifest into the dreams that you want to see happen in your life. Money does improve in December. And I do feel that throughout this rest of this year, what's left of 2014 and going into 2015 is really when you're going to be entering a time of prosperity involving business, what services you can provide, what things you can offer to sell, being in tune with the courses of action going on around you, what people are interested in, what people are buying, what people are selling, and you getting involved in the marketplace, in trade, if you're opening up a shop or a storefront or selling goods or property of, personal property on eBay, on Etsy, on other avenues of, auctions, dealing with social media also comes up here where you're going to be using that to your advantage as well. And I do get, for some of you Aries, please don't be mad at me, but I do hear, this is what my guides are saying to me, that some of your stumbling blocks have been created mentally by you, where you've held your own self back in some situations, where you could have pushed forward. In the outcome position of the reading today, Aries, I don't like this card for you, Aries. I'm sorry. I don't like 5 of Cups coming up as your outcome card, but we'll hear what the guides have to say. This is a card that symbolizes to me loss, regret, depression. Sometimes this can indicate a problem with alcohol. but it's really mostly depression and regrets. That's how this card comes up. And it's in the outcome position. I hear your decision making processes are going to be very keen and up right now. This can also be work related pain, people from work, not only just love and romantic situations. You're going to be given the opportunity now to direct yourself on a new path. This is where you want to be and really where you've always wanted to be. I'm hearing several opportunities are going to be coming at you now of options in which to make money. And so the door is really open. You're being given the opportunity to change up your life. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I just get it changing in so many ways. I see you forging on a whole new path, like with how you make your money and what you tolerate and don't tolerate from other people anymore. And your love life really does seem like it's going to take a really positive turn, especially in the months of May through August. But I feel like it's the May through August that's coming, not necessarily that you're in it right this second. It's like they keep wanting to say you have this great opportunity for change and blessings are upon you. So that's good news, Aries. I hope this reading was of some help to you and that you have a great rest of your month of August 2014. I want to say thank you so much for liking and sharing my videos and for subscribing. If you're interested in a private reading with me, please see the link provided below. And I wish you many blessings and peace.